Between July 2025 and January 2026, the Bank of France sold 129 tons of gold that had been stored at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and replaced it with equivalent reserves purchased in Europe and stored in Paris. The transaction generated a capital gain of 12.8 billion euros, which is roughly 15 billion US dollars. That profit alone turned the Bank of France's 2024 net loss of 7.7 billion euros into a 2025 net profit of 8.1 billion euros. But here's what makes this far more interesting than just a profitable trade. This marks the first time in approximately 100 years that France holds zero gold in the United States. France's total gold reserves, 2,437 tons, worth over $200 billion, now sit entirely in French vaults. The French central bank claims this was purely technical, just upgrading old bars to modern standards, but a leading German economist has called for Germany to remove its $142 billion in gold from US custody, calling it too risky under the Trump administration. When major European central banks start pulling national wealth out of New York, the official explanations matter a little bit less than the pattern, and the pattern is very clear. European governments no longer trust the United States to hold their gold. First, let's break down what France actually did and why the mechanics reveal more than the official story. The Bank of France identified 129 tons of gold stored in New York that didn't meet current international standards for trading and liquidity. Rather than physically transport those same bars to Paris for refining, which is a complex and fairly expensive process, France sold the old bars in the US market and simultaneously purchased an equivalent amount of newly minted compliant gold in Europe. The entire operation occurred over 7 months through 26 separate transactions. France timed this perfectly. Gold prices surged through 2025, driven by central bank buying, geopolitical instability, and inflation hedging. We have a separate video analysis on that. By selling at elevated prices and replacing with equivalent weight, France locked in massive gains. The Bank of France's governor stated the decision to store new bars in Paris was, I'm quoting, not politically motivated, since higher standard gold trades on European markets. That explanation is technically accurate, yes, but conveniently incomplete. European markets exist because European central banks want gold accessible within European legal jurisdictions. The decision to build those markets was itself political. If you want to sharpen your ability to distinguish official explanations from structural shifts, check out my book, Awake: The Practice of Critical Thinking in an Age of Self-Lies, available in ebook and audiobook. Subscribe to get 10% off, and you can grab the first chapter for free in the description links below. Now, the historical context, because France's relationship with US-held gold has always been about sovereignty ultimately. France moved the majority of its gold reserves out of the Federal Reserve and Bank of England between 1963 and 1966. That repatriation happened under Charles de Gaulle, who famously challenged US dollar dominance by demanding gold in exchange for dollar reserves, directly pressuring the Bretton Woods system. De Gaulle understood that monetary sovereignty requires physical control over reserves. As long as French gold sat in New York, France depended on US goodwill for access. If geopolitical relations soured, the US could theoretically freeze or restrict French access. That scenario was not entirely theoretical, it was historical precedent. In 1933, Franklin Roosevelt signed Executive Order 6102, requiring Americans to surrender gold to the Federal Reserve. In 1971, Nixon unilaterally ended dollar-gold convertibility, violating Bretton Woods commitments to foreign central banks. Both of these actions demonstrated that when U.S. economic interests conflict with international obligations, the U.S. changes the rules. France kept a residual 5% of reserves in New York for decades, likely as a diplomatic gesture and because the older bars didn't justify repatriation costs. But a 2024 internal audit recommended completing the withdrawal, and France executed between July 2025 and January 2026. And the timing here matters a huge deal. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 triggered Western sanctions that froze over $300 billion in Russian central bank reserves. That freeze demonstrated to every non-Western central bank that US and European financial systems could confiscate national wealth with no legal recourse. Check the video on Germany and Italy considering pulling their gold from the US as well. France's move is part of a broader European recalculation. Steve Hank, professor of applied economics at Johns Hopkins University and former Reagan advisor, told the Daily Caller that freezing Russian assets set the precedent for France's withdrawal. He noted that while Germany and Italy have discussed removing their US-held gold, France was actually the first one to act. And now the financial mechanism, because this goes beyond just one transaction. When France sold 129 tons in the US and bought 129 tons in Europe, the operation was currency neutral in terms of gold weight, but generated 13 billion euros in gains. How? Gold prices rose between the time France's old bars were originally valued on its books and when they were sold in 2025-2026. The accounting gain came from selling an asset that had appreciated significantly since its acquisition, but the strategic gain is ultimately permanent. France now controls 100% of its gold reserves within French territory, under French legal jurisdiction, accessible without US permission. That sovereignty has measurable economic value far beyond the 13 billion euros profit. If another Russia-style sanctions regime emerges targeting a different country, France's gold cannot be frozen by US authorities. If the US imposes capital controls during a financial crisis, French gold remains accessible. If transatlantic relations deteriorate, say over NATO funding disputes or trade wars, France's monetary reserves are insulated. And France isn't finished. The Bank of France still holds 134 tons of older bars and coins already in Paris that don't meet modern standards, with plans to upgrade those by 2028. That future upgrade could generate another several billion euros in gains if gold prices remain elevated. Meanwhile, Germany holds approximately $142 billion worth of gold, much of it stored in New York and London. German economist Emanuel Munch stated in January 2026 that, I'm quoting, "Given the current geopolitical situation, it seems risky to store so much gold in the US." He recommended Germany repatriate its reserves in the interest of greater strategic independence from the US. Watch the video on the US private credit crisis that could trigger the next recession, by the way, because European central banks pulling gold suggests they're preparing for American financial instability as well. And now the consequences for US financial credibility, because this signals a trust breakdown at the end of the day. For decades, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York served as the de facto custodian for foreign central bank gold. Storing gold in New York provided convenience, easy access to US markets, deep liquidity, established legal frameworks. Countries trusted that their reserves were safe because the US was the anchor of the global financial system. While that trust is eroding, the Russian asset freeze demonstrated that US-held reserves are conditional, not sacrosanct. European central banks are recalculating the risk now. If the US can just freeze $300 billion in Russian assets, what prevents similar actions against other countries during future geopolitical disputes? France's withdrawal sends ultimately a clear message. We don't trust you enough to hold our gold anymore. The official explanation about technical standards provides diplomatic cover, but the underlying logic is essentially risk reduction. Paris wants sovereign control over national wealth, and once one major European central bank repatriates, others will likely follow. Germany's gold reserves dwarf France's. If Berlin decides to pull 130+ billion euros worth of gold from New York, the signal becomes undeniable. Italy, Spain, the Netherlands each hold significant reserves in US custody. A cascading repatriation would represent a massive vote of no confidence in US financial stewardship. The Federal Reserve cannot prevent withdrawals. These are sovereign assets, not US property, but each withdrawal reduces America's role as neutral custodian and increases Europe's financial autonomy. And the precedent extends far beyond gold as well. If European central banks don't trust the US to hold gold, why would they trust the US to hold dollar reserves? Why park hundreds of billions in US treasuries if those assets could be frozen during the next geopolitical crisis? By mid-2027, I'm expecting Germany to announce partial gold repatriation, likely framed as portfolio rebalancing or modernization to avoid openly challenging the US. The Bundesbank will likely move 20 to 30% of its New York holdings back to Frankfurt. generating similar profits from selling old bars and buying new ones in Europe. I think Italy will likely follow by 2028 as well, repatriating at least 15 to 20% maybe of its US-held gold. Each move will be justified as technical, of course, but the cumulative effect is strategic decoupling. European central banks are de-risking their exposure to US jurisdiction. And meanwhile, non-Western central banks are watching. If France, Germany, and Italy don't trust the US, why should China, India, or Brazil? Emerging market central banks already accelerated gold buying after the Russian freeze. France's profitable exit provides a roadmap now, and the US has no effective response. Washington cannot force European allies to keep gold in New York. Pressuring them would only validate their concerns about US reliability. The Federal Reserve will issue blunt statements about respecting sovereign decisions, while privately recognizing that each withdrawal weakens America's position as a global financial custodian. The long-term impact compounds here. As European gold returns home, European financial infrastructure strengthens, European gold markets deepen, European central banks coordinate more closely on monetary policy, reducing dependence on dollar-denominated systems. France just demonstrated that you can pull all of your gold from the US, make 13 billion euros in profit in the process, and face zero consequences. That is a template. Germany is watching, Italy is watching, and the message is clear. Holding reserves in New York is optional, not obligatory. Europe is choosing sovereignty over convenience, and America can't stop this. Watch the video on your screen about how Americans are actually twice as poor as Europeans, according to Oxford research. France repatriating gold, European digital independence, central banks diversifying reserves, BRICS using yuan for loans. These are not isolated events. They reflect a world where American financial dominance is being systematically dismantled by allies and adversaries alike. France's 13 billion euros profit from pulling gold out of New York is just the latest confirmation that the era of unquestioned US financial stewardship is kind of over. The gold is going home and trust isn't coming back. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.